Hello there, Power Parents. Mary Catherine Johnson here again, and I want to talk to you for just a couple of minutes about lifestyle. Now, before we even start anything about businesses, you really need to figure out what you're looking for. What is your goal with creating a business and raising your kids through also having a business? For me, if I look back, I started thinking about this journey back in 1995. I know that's a long time ago for a lot of you, and some of you may have been born around then. But anyway, I started thinking about this journey at that time. And that's when my husband and I finally decided, well, we might be ready for this little adventure called parenthood. But I had no idea what it was going to mean and what it was going to look like. So I'd like you to take at least 15 minutes. Just take 15 minutes, sit down in a quiet space, maybe before the kids get up or after they've gone to bed, and take a journal, okay? This is my journal, this is my latest journal. And write down, what do you want your life to look like in the next, say, 5 years? Think about the ages of your kids. Think about the stages they will be in. You know what they will be. You know people who have kids that are older than yours. So think about in those 5 years, what grades will they be in? How will their lives be different? What will you as a family, what would you like to experience by then? And really think about and write down, what do you want your life to look like? And get specific. Where do you want to live? If you have a house, what do you want to do with that house? If you have a car, what do you want to do with that car? If you want vacations, really get specific on what you want your life to look like. And for me, back in 1995, I didn't know about business specifically. I didn't have that kind of a vision, but I knew from that moment on, once we decided we might want to start having kids, I knew I wanted to be home with them. My mom was home with me until I was almost in high school. And I actually my family lived with my grandparents until I was about 8 or 9 years old. So I had very strong family ties. And I knew that I wanted to provide that for my kids. I just knew it. I didn't know how it was going to look yet. But at that time, I knew I wanted to be home raising them. Fast forward to when we finally did have kids, and that wasn't until 1998 that actually happened. I knew I wanted to get home and be with my son, but I had the high-paying job in the family. So my husband took that role to start with, and I went to work, or stayed at work, went back to work after maternity leave. So it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to look, but my husband was home. My goal always was, from that moment forward, to be home full time. So I put things in place. I started thinking about that. I started writing about that. I open up every journal I get. Every time I get a journal, I open it up to the back page and I write down the things that I want. And it's amazing how when you write those things down, even if I don't, and usually I don't go back to that back page until I'm done with the journal, to be honest. And so when I go back, I look and think, it's amazing how many of those things I can cross off and how many of those things have actually happened. So write it down. Keep a journal, thinking about what you want your family life to be like. And that's the lifestyle you want to design. When you start thinking about it, when you write it down, it's amazing how your brain, your body, your mind, your mindset starts going that direction, even if it's just baby steps. Okay, so you've got your homework. Get a journal and write down what your lifestyle will look like. I wrote down, I want to wake up with my son. I want to make him breakfast. I want to read to him during the day. I want to watch Thomas the Tank Engine with him. I wrote all those things down. And oh my goodness, finally in 2006, obviously he was a lot older than a baby and I had a second one by then, but finally in 2006, that dream came true. And it would not have happened if I didn't keep it in the front of my mind and write down what I thought it would look like. And Power Parents, it looks nothing like I thought it would, but it feels even better. So do it. and enjoy the journey.